It's been a few days now since we had the game, and I just want to go over a couple of things before I start going into actual tutorial videos for the different parts of the game that I feel really need to be talked about. This is for you guys who are in my community that don't know how to play the game, don't know what you're really supposed to be doing, and you're getting a little bit overwhelmed because there's a lot going on right now in the game, and I completely understand why you were kind of lost as to what to do. So when you first start the game, you're really low level. Pay attention to the storyline. The storyline is going to be very important and actually is a big part of the game. So I love the voice acting. The voice acting is definitely amazing. Also, make sure you read everything and don't just skip over it, because everything has a meaning in this game, and it's going to teach you about not only the mythos of the game, but also how to actually play the game properly. So in the game, you have inns. Inns are where you go to collect food. You can also throw down dark detectors in the next tab over, allowing you to pretty much put lures down on the inns so that you can find confoundables easier. Confoundables are in different families. Family trees are definitely a whole nother discussion entirely, but each family has its own little symbol. For instance, if we go into registries right now, you will see that the care of magical creatures has a little paw on it, and so the paw, when you see that little icon floating around in the overworld, the overworld is where your character is walking around. That is a confoundable that is from the care of magical creatures. So the part of the game, I can't say like all of the game, but part of the game is fighting those confoundables, returning those confoundables so that you can add a fragment of that, depending on how many fragments you need to complete the full sticker to add into your collection. Once you add all of them into your collection, you'll get the option to prestige. I'll show the prestige picture above. And after you prestige, it changes the frame from the default frame that's brown to the next frame up. This one looks a little bit more shinier, and if you pay close attention to the very top, it has the cape, the stone, and the wand, which I thought was pretty dope, if you guys know what I'm talking about. And also you can see Hogwarts has a 9 3/4, etc., etc. So when you see these icons out in the overworld, this is pretty much going to tell you when you interact with that confoundable is going to give you something from the family of confoundables under that icon. Confoundables that are out in overworld that have a light above it means that it tends to be very high, severe, very tough confoundable. You'll find rare confoundables there. Also, when engaging with confoundables, I found that there's two different types of gameplay, which keeps things fresh. You have the one where you're just going through the motions, trying to get the spell as correct as possible so that you can catch the confoundable before it runs. The other gameplay you have is that you're moving the wand to the character, to the confoundable, so that you can then do a spell and attack the confoundable as if you're in a fortress. I thought that was pretty cool. But yeah, so you want to collect and progress through the levels, because progressing through here gives you XP, and you definitely want to level, because the higher you are, the easier it is to catch confoundables. So that's just one small piece of gameplay. So along with that, you're definitely going to be going through and doing your dailies. Make sure you get all of your dailies done. You can find your dailies over here in the corner tab. The dailies are really easy to get through. I think the only thing that I would say is kind of difficult is complete one wizarding challenge, and that's just going up to a fortress and completing one of the chambers in the fortress, which will give you that, and you can complete. This will give you galleons that you can save up to later. Then I say save it for only expansions of, we'll go into that in a second. Save them up for only expansions of storage, and storage is super important in the game, in my opinion. And energy is like the most important thing in the game. You also have achievements that you can passively go through, which will give you accolades that you can then put on your card, as well as titles that you can actually use, and you can get items and galleons from here as well. Sos Task Force is a set of tasks that they want you to do, usually involving a certain family. So like if you return Dark Arts family 3 times, then you'll unlock this, and it'll progress through the actual story. So going through your SOS assignments will progress you through the investigation of what actually happened with the calamity. So it's definitely cool to listen to and also to read, because there's a mixture of both. You're going to be hearing beautiful, and I mean beautiful, voiceovers, and also reading through nice little tabs of characters talking. It almost reminds me of Vindictus, for anybody who's played Vindictus, where you have characters popping up and talking about what's going on. So it's I like it a lot. Maybe I'm biased, I don't know. This is also, quick note, this is also where you're gonna go to special. So I believe we're gonna get the brilliant event, just like the closed beta guys got. So keep an eye on this special assignment tab, because that's where it's going to go live at, if it does go live. Other than the inns, you also have greenhouses. Greenhouses, you can collect ingredients that you then use to make potions. Potions, again, are really important to craft. I'll get into that in a second. But other than that, you can also grow. Growing right now for me is, I don't know how I feel about it. If someone's already growing something and it's completed, you can't really grow anything. It won't let me grow anything, and also like you can't collect from it, so it's kind of like just locked. I saw on Reddit that someone suggested that you'd be able to remotely receive your items by paying galleon and having an owl bring it to you, which I thought was pretty neat. I hope that gets upvoted. I hope that's a feature that gets added, because that's pretty cool to not have to go back to or remember, because there's a lot of greenhouses you interact with. You have to like kind of remember which one you were growing stuff in. I mean, I'm on the fence about it, because in one way it makes the greenhouses a lot more personable. So you have to remember, like, this is the location that I was when I'm growing it. I have 5 hours. I have to be back here in 5 hours to collect on a thing that I'm growing. So I mean, it's in a way it's very personable, but I would also like to see an option for an owl as well. So energy is really important, guys. Whenever you can, I know I'm not rich at all. Whenever you can, though, I would suggest going into the cash shop and expanding your or using a vault extension and expanding your spell energy. Spell energy, especially in the lower levels, is super important for leveling. You could almost say that per 1 energy can equate to XP, considerable amount of XP, and XP is going to help you level. And a lot of good things come from leveling in the game, as well as, you know, progression through your profession, unlocking different features, and also, you know, being able to take down or defend against different attacks accordingly. Leveling is super important, guys, so that makes energy super important. So when you're out and about, you're gonna always want to be interacting with inns. Also, even if your inventory is full, I would suggest also interacting with the greenhouses and trying to collect the greenhouses even though it's full, because sometimes they'll give you energy as well. The game is to keep your energy topped off at all times, because when interacting with confoundables in the world, it takes energy. When going through fortresses and fighting these bosses, especially the harder level ones, and like the 4th chamber I'm in is really hard and it takes a lot of hits. You're using 1 energy every single time you hit someone, so it's gonna drain quickly, and before you know it, you're gonna be out of it. There's been a couple times already where I've been either at work or at home where there's not that many inns around, and I'm just not able to play the game or progress at all because I don't have energy. So energy is really important. Your storage capacity for energy is even more important. I hope I drill this into you guys in this video. Like energy. Other than that, make sure that you guys, as soon as you go through the tutorial for your port keys, make sure that you're utilizing your 1 gold port key. It's always going to be like that free egg, I guess, if you think of it like that. And you can always make sure you at least have 1 port key going. Silver keys you earn through leveling up. They start giving you a ton of them in the early levels, and then it weans off to like not a lot once you get to the higher levels. So make sure if you run into any silver keys, don't sit on them, immediately use them. Depending on if you want to just use them for like the better port keys or what, it's up to you. But I just make sure that I have as many port keys running at all times. When you do go into, or before you go into port keys, guys, make sure that you clear out any extra stuff you have in your inventory, because you don't want to go into a port key and realize you just collected some rare mats that you can only get from port keys, and then not be able to collect it because you don't have the necessary space. So it's all about space. It's all about inventory space. Your galleons that you collect, then they pretty much throw in your face. I would suggest saving them for expansion only, and not really for anything else, because I was looking through the cash shop for other stuff you might want to get, and to be honest, the most important thing that I could see is definitely your storage. You want to be expanding your storage as soon as possible so that you get away from the annoyances of hitting your max storage and not being able to, or losing out on really good mats that you could be using to making really good potions. So the list of potions are, there's an infograph that I'm going to pop up here from the Orange Wizard. He's been coming out with amazing infographics. He also has one for the inns as well that shows you which inns you should be going for to maximize on your energy take. I believe green is the best one you can spend or go into right now, because one of the food items there gives you 10 energy in one go. So green right now, I know for a fact, is like the best one to get a hold of. I'll be putting infographics up here right meow. Each of these things do different things, so you want to definitely click in here and read what they do. Some help you with wizarding challenges, some help you keep the confoundable there longer so that you have a better chance of catching it. Others give you extra XP for catching the confoundable, so definitely read into what you want to make. You should always be jumping into the potions area and trying to make whatever you have an abundance of, and if you can afford it, filling in the slots with galleons. I mean, I wouldn't really use your galleons for this, to be honest. You'll eventually run into the materials you need, if not from the greenhouses than in the wild, and if not in the wild, you'll definitely run into it in the port key, or from just leveling up, you'll get mats as well. So hold off on that. Also, when you get a chance, when you do start it, don't forget to click on the spoon so that you can then start the mini game of trying to figure out what the master note is. Doing the master note on a particular potion a certain amount of times will lock that master note so that you no longer need to guess what the master note is. And then whenever you do make a potion and you click into the spoon, you can get that 15% off the time it takes for the potion to be made. The mini game is pretty cool. I haven't been looking online for any of the master notes because I find it's fun to guess and try to figure out what the master note is. I kind of feel, I don't know, it gives me this weird gratification that I'm like, I've done it, this is me, I found it out. And then, you know, obviously it saves after doing it 2 or 3 times as well. I find that I'm always, when I'm at home, I'll sit down, and that's my mini game while I'm at home, is going through my potions and making sure that I'm making potions for when I go out. Because when you engage with confoundables, you definitely want to have running extra damage pots so that you're doing as much damage as possible to the confoundable, and also the pots that stop them from running so fast. Especially, I know there's a couple of them that just run on the first one, and it's really annoying, especially because you need like multiple of them multiple fragments in order to fill out the sticker book. And some of the times when you're doing your Sos Task Force, you definitely need to get a certain amount of, let's say, dark arts before you can progress in your Sos Task Force. So definitely, guys, potions is definitely important. Make sure that you guys are running potions. Get your friends list up there, guys. Post your friends list in the community. My Discord is down below. There's also a lot of other Discords that are pretty cool. When you get a chance, guys, go check out Wizards Go app. This guy, he's freaking amazing. He made an application for Android and on iOS. And this is definitely the place to go to check out other content creators for Wizards Unite. Other Wutubers are here. I might be a little bit biased because, look, I'm here as well. And, you know, you can check out other communities. You have guides on confoundables, on dark detectors, on flags, on anything you could possibly think of. This is where I pull a lot of my information from as well, because I can't remember everything. And I also want to be in my tip-top shape when I go in and do like fortresses and whatnot, so I want to know the pro strats and what I need to be doing. You can also join communities through here as well. I believe there's a Wutuber one. I believe I'm in local. I have our community in local. You might be able to see Dumbledore's army somewhere in here. Oof, maybe there's too many of us. So yeah, definitely check out Wizards Go app. It's an amazing tool that I use every single day. I jump in here to try to figure out what's going on. And it's also a good way for me to not only keep up on my content and what's being shown, but also my fellow Wutubers, and keeping up with what they're doing and how fun they're having, what they're doing in the game. So it's thank you Wizards Go app for adding me to this app. It's been amazing, and it's been even more useful while I was out in the field and I'm trying to figure out what like the master notes are. And it's really been useful for when I'm out in the field and I want to know like what potions do what, or what does it mean when I prestige, or landmarks, and etc. Definitely add friends to your friends list. Post your key in the community, guys, and get that going so people can add you, because the more people you have, it's actually an achievement. You get experience from it. But also, you know what I mean, you get to see what other people are doing, how fun they're having. I've been trying to keep up with Wizard's PhD, but she is blowing through. Like, she's at 14 now and I'm still at 10. Like, I'm gonna have to spend a day and just kind of like catch up. I can't have this happen. My good friend Hammer's Time from New Zealand, he's level 31 now. That's pretty cool. He's got all of his little accolades at the bottom. It looks really nice. But that is it for me today, guys. I just want to take a second to thank everybody who's been supporting me so far. Also the other Wutubers that have been sending me kind messages and suggestions and have just been rooting for me. I appreciate all of you guys' feedback. I appreciate the NYPD officer that has been supporting me from the sidelines on my Instagram DMs. You know who you are. Thank you guys for all the love and support, and I will see you guys. Tomorrow. Yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow. We have, if you guys don't know already, I'll put the description up here. We have another community meet on the 25th and also on the 27th at 60th and 5th Avenue at the Sherman Williams, the Williams statue. That's right there on the bottom right corner of Central Park. And that is the 2 days that I'm going to be available. There's also going to be another community meet that I will not be at on the 28th, Friday the 28th, and I believe that's also at 60th and 5th Avenue. So if you guys have time, definitely come by and say hi. I'm going to be recording there. I'm also going to be walking through the park, getting my levels in. So I hope to see you guys there. Hopefully this good weather that we are having right now will maintain, because I know we've been dealing with a lot of thunderstorms lately. It's been really good to see some 80-degree weather, nice, super sunny and beautiful outside. So hopefully it keeps up for the events that's going to be going on this week. Thank you guys again for all your love and support. Check out the links in the description below for all of the info for the Discord, for my Instagram. Hit me up on Instagram and Twitter. That's where I'm going to be posting in between my videos, and if I ever get time to do live stream again, I'll probably do a live stream at the event. But in between those, definitely check out my Instagram, should be linked down in the description below, and also my Twitter, and let me know what you guys think. Sound off in the description below. Tell me what you guys like, tell me what you guys don't like, and I will see you guys in the next one. Have a good one. Peace.